Mynxii White and I'm here with Quinn, cosplay master, and we're here to teach you how to do the Black Widow look from the Avengers for your Halloween costume this year. This is a pretty natural look, so this is actually something that you can use outside of Halloween too. It's like a nice everyday.
She's busy, you know, kicking ass. She doesn't have time.
She doesn't have time for a lot of makeup. I like to start with the eyes just so you can be as messy as you want and you can just wipe it off when you're done and you have perfect clean skin to put foundation on and everything looks nice the first time. I'm gonna start off with an eye primer. It's by Color Evolution. All right, just scoop a little bit of this off of here. And we're just almost gonna like pat and drag this across the eye. I'm just gonna start off with like a simple, like almost like an ivory iridescent shadow all over the lid. Has just a little bit of a shimmer to it, so it's a little extra fun. Just a light and bright all over the lid. Our second color is Omega. It's just like a nice medium tone, like it's a neutral. So you just wanna take a brush that looks just like this, and we're just gonna swipe this back and forth. Just right in this little, like we call it a little windshield wiper area. Right above the lid and right underneath the brow. And you don't want it to be very dark, you just want it to be just very, very subtle, just to give a little bit of depth. I'm gonna take the same brush, but a little bigger. It's just like a light, fluffy brush for the highlighter area. I'm gonna take something with a little bit of a shimmer in it. This is Nymph by Lime Crime. It's just gonna be a really nice light color. It looks white, but it comes off really, really iridescent. Like it almost comes off with like a gold iridescence to it, which is really nice. I like to put it right underneath the eyebrow for a highlighter, and also right on the inside corner of the eye, just to make the eye glow and pop a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this right where the top of her brow is, right in this little arch right here. That's where I'm gonna start. And then I'm just doing light little circles. And then I'm gonna take that same color, I'm gonna put it right on the inner corner, just for a little extra pop. I'm gonna do a liquid liner. It's just the L'Oreal liquid liner. You can find this in any grocery store, or Walgreens. It's my favorite. I really like the brush on this. It has a really teeny tiny little brush. So you're gonna take your brush and you're gonna hold it right on the lash line on its side. So you wanna get it right on the lash line. Awesome. So while that's drying, I'm gonna get just mascara wand. Well, Maybelline. So I'm gonna roll at the top and then roll at the bottom. And you wanna wiggle it back and forth just a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna finish this eye look with a pair of lashes. Just a simple, natural pair of lashes. I'm gonna put them right over the top. A lot of people make the mistake of just putting the lashes straight on the lid without measuring them first. And you have the end kind of hanging off of the eye and it looks a little crazy. So we're gonna measure it first. Close. Just gonna hold this up to your eye. And whatever extra you have, that's where we're gonna cut off. I'm using Duo Lash Adhesive and I'm just gonna line the band really lightly. You just pull that over to the side. And I'm gonna set that down to dry, because if you put the lash on first right away, when it's still wet, it's just gonna slide all over the place and cause a big mess. While that's drying, I'm just gonna fill in her brows just a little bit, just for a little bit of definition. I have just a MAC Espresso, but any dark brown can do, or any color that matches your eyebrows. I'm just gonna use this really small angle brush. I really like the really, really small, tight ones, because it's just easier to get a proper line. And we're just gonna follow just the natural line. I'm just gonna fill in where I see any kind of gaps, and small, quick strokes. And you can take an eyebrow brush just like this. You wanna take the bristle end, and you just wanna brush upwards in the same small, quick strokes. Okay, now that we've allowed our lashes to dry just a little bit, they are ready to be applied. If you look down instead of closing one eye, it makes it easier to get right in that inner corner. And you want that right along the lash line. And then you wanna just squeeze these two pairs of lashes together. When you're doing lashes on yourself, it's easy just to take it. If you look over to the opposite side and squeeze your lashes together, it really gets that glue right on the lash line and makes the lashes just melt perfectly into each other. And after all that squeezing, sometimes a little bit of the eyeliner can get rubbed away, but that's okay because we can just reapply right on top of that. So now what we can do, if there's any kind of fallout, we can just take a wipe and just wipe right underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the skin with a little bit of primer. This is just a regular MAC primer. It's a prep and prime, but any kind of skin primer works. I'm just gonna take a regular brush. It almost looks like a little paintbrush. You want to use a brush with synthetic hair, that's fake hair. And we're gonna put it on all over like a moisturizer. Once you've covered the entire skin face area with your primer, we're gonna move on to a foundation. I'm really loving Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. I like to mix concealer and moisturizer together, so I cut the concealer and it makes a nice smooth finish. And any kind of moisturizer you want to use is fine. I'm gonna take that same brush that we used for the primer, and I'm just gonna mix those two things together on my palette here. I'm just gonna apply that all over her face. This is a brush from MAC. It looks like a shaving cream brush. And so what you wanna do, it's got these nice, thick bristles. It's really soft. You wanna take this, you can see how it almost looks a little streaky when you apply it. You just take the brush and you buff it out in little circles, and it makes it look like porcelain. I'm gonna take that same, just right under the eye. And you can take your ring finger and just lightly pat under the eye area. The eye area is gonna be a little more sensitive. I'm gonna take a big powder brush. Any big one will do. This is really nice and soft. I'm gonna use a little bit of a setting powder. The Ben Nye setting powder is really nice. This big thing will last you forever. It's really nice to set everything. Like I said, a powder sets a cream. So since we did a cream foundation, we're gonna set it with the powder. All right, we're almost done here. I'm gonna take just like a nice neutral color. This is from MAC, it's called Melba. It's just a really pretty, almost like an apricot glow. I'm gonna take just a simple blush brush, tap off the excess, and just lightly, in light circles, just go right on the apples of the cheeks. You don't wanna go any farther back than the outside of the eye, because you don't blush naturally back here. If you wanted more definition, you could use a contour, but we're gonna keep the color right on the apples of the cheeks from the inside of the iris out. I like to do just a little bit under the nose and a little bit on the chin, right? These little center points, just for a little extra pop. Now we're almost done. We have our eyes done, we have the brows done, we have our skin and our cheeks, and all that's left is just a nice lip. The Black Widow has almost, not quite a bright red, it's almost gonna be more of like a brick, but a natural brick. So we wanna almost stain the lips. So we're gonna start off by using a nude liner, and we're just gonna line it really lightly. We're just gonna follow her natural lip line. We don't need to make them any bigger. She's got great lips already. Just use a simple lip brush. I'm gonna brush some color right off the side here. This is one of MAC's old Viva Glam lipsticks. I think this is the original Viva Glam color, which is classic. I love it. I'm just gonna fill in her lip a little bit. But I wanna do a really light application. MAC lip gloss is just a classic, amazing lip gloss. I really love it. It really goes with everything. I'm gonna take a little bit of this clear gloss, put it right over the top. Gloss is really nice for hiding imperfections too. If you can't get a perfectly straight lipstick or lip liner, it's really nice. Just throw a gloss on top, nobody's gonna notice. All right, we're just gonna dust her down right in the center of the face, take down just a little bit of the shine. And there you have it, Black Widow.